summary can be found in the internet. So I created my PPT based on this official text and added real-hash presentation. As an introductory slide, I would like to speak very few words about the logistic performance of Hungary. So in 2012, 4.8% of the total net income belonged to logistics, and logistics give 259,000 workplaces for Hungarian people, which is quite important share of the total employees. Logistic firms are about 40,000, and majority are small and medium-sized companies. I think this is an exceptional situation. Well, one of the main focuses of the strategy is SME, the small and medium-sized enterprises, because they think if we can improve the activity and performance of logistics SMEs, we immediately can increase dynamically the rate of logistics to the total GDP. And one of the aims is also to increase the LPI index of the World Bank index. Now we are in the medium range. So this is the latest LPI index and evaluation of Hungary, comparing with the this year best one, which is Germany. You can see your country, your rank in the relevant World Bank website. And you can see that we have some weaknesses. For example, in customs, it doesn't mean only the custom level, but the speed and the smoothness of the custom clearance. For example, you can see, you can read what the different points mean in this World Bank index. But for example, in case of timeless and tracking and tracing, in these fields, we are not so bad, we are not far away from Germany. So I thought it could be better if I compare Hungary with Hungary. So here we can see the development. Well, the arrangement is quite nice because we start from the 52nd rank to the 33, but if we go into details, we say that it is a little bit tricky because we had a very bad situation partly due to the crisis. Okay, so the earliest here is 2007, and we had 35th position, but now we improved at least a little bit. And in this figure, I show these data. Okay, and as you see, the early year 2007 is light blue, and the latest is red. So we can see that Hungary could achieve development in certain areas, but for example, in case of infrastructure and the customs, we haven't developed. We must say, we must understand from these figures. And in that World Bank website, you can compare different countries, you can compare neighboring countries, whatever you would like. So I think we have quite ideal situation because this strategy was accepted in last year, and we also had a strategy in 2009, but somehow the government didn't accept it. But now we have an official strategy, and the key government actor is the Minister of National Economy, and even they are planning action plan, and they are instructed to check the processes. So it means that it is more serious and a real activity, and we do hope that there is finance behind the official strategy as well. And here there are these statements are from the strategy, and here are the general aims of the national strategy. So the general aim is to improve the logistic activity and Hungary's role in Central Europe, and to attract investors, and of course to develop the infrastructure, what you saw that we haven't developed a lot, and reducing the regional disparities or imbalances. You know, now Hungary is quite centrally arranged from infrastructure aspect, from transportation, both in case of road transportation and rail transportation. So it is not so ideal as my colleague also mentioned. And the other aim is to improve this LBI international index. This table illustrates the pillars of the logistic strategy. The first pillar is the logistic expertise, which means that the strategy would like to develop up-to-date and practical logistic education, which courses are built on each other, and the key players are not only educational organizations, but also government and civil organizations, and they would like to achieve the SMEs again. The second pillar is the logistic infrastructure, which includes these two sub-points. In the hub infrastructure, they plan to develop and support logistics centers, and they plan to develop cross-border cooperation, especially through the European corridors. And the other sub-point in the second pillar is the IT infrastructure. For example, in this point, they plan to support internal processes, IT processes of SMEs, and the general IT communication abilities of SMEs. And on the other hand, they plan to improve the so-called e-government and e-municipality. So this is vital to decrease the administrative burdens of logistic companies, and to make simple these administrative processes. And there are certain steps in this field which is vital, so absolutely belongs to be competitive and successful, both as company level and country level. Okay. The third pillar is the logistic relations and the international cross-border relationships, and the network and the cooperation, I think, indirectly appeared in other points before. So this is also a very general tendency, and I think if we speak about the improvement and development and support of logistics centers, we speak about networking as well. And the third pillar is the research, development and innovation. The government plans to support those technologies which are less accepted and well known, but contributes effectiveness and can decrease the cost of the companies. And also the strategy tries to decrease the gap, the research gap between the academic sphere and the competitive sphere. And these two other pillars are called the horizontal pillar. And in case of road transportation, as I mentioned, we want to decrease a little bit the central nature of the country and solving the bottleneck points. And for example, prohibited truck transportation at weekends and holidays, but for example, when there are very hot weekends, truck transportation is allowed. And for example, in case of air transportation, the strategy wants to move towards the multimodal transportation. This is also an up-to-date expectation nowadays, and they deal to dual usage of military airports as well. Anyway, we have two civil airports besides Budapest. In the eastern side it is in Debrecen, it has international flights as well, and in the western part next to Lake Balaton, this is the Sármelvény. Mainly in summer the Sármelvény airport operates. And when we think of water transportation, it means for us absolutely the Danube, and we would like to use the advantages and opportunities of Rajna-Majna and Danube water line. And of course, the further development of communication ability and communication infrastructure is a very general aim. Here are some important players in implementing this strategy, and as I mentioned, the Ministry of National Economy has a vital role, but these other economies ministries also will receive tasks. And for example, also the National Tax and Customs Authority has tasks, for example, in simplification of customs regulations. This IFCA, the state-owned organization, belongs to this logistic consultation forum, which is an umbrella organization, and this Hungarian Logistic Association is also a member of this logistic consultation forum and many other large logistic associations in Hungary, and altogether they have and created this logistic strategy for the government. And I think in this workshop, this slide is the most important one, because I think this is the practical part of the presentation, and this slide is based on Edith Vértes suggestions in English. So, based on the strategy course, we support, or we found these possibilities to cooperate, and I ask you to read through, think further, which point you see connecting point, a common point, a common interest, because when I read through these points, I think these are very rich, and we hope that we can find common point and common future cooperation possibility. I think after the presentations we can exchange our business cards or our email address, etc., and we could, or we should keep in touch. So these project suggestions include very practical research directions and some IT directions, and it includes also education. I know I understood, and I saw from the program that you are also from universities, and I think it also could be an interesting point. In the College of Dunajváros we have a business engineer and BSc program in English, and we have a logistic faculty, so we have quite many and more international students as well. So I think it's a great possibility to work together. So I thank you for your attention, and I think